sure we've all had that one teacher that we mildly disliked or even hated, and I'm sure if you didn't, then you're definitely very lucky. But in today's amazing anecdote that people use for background audio for when they have sex, and I'm not even trying to be funny or anything, I literally had a guy tell me that he did that once on an Instagram DM. So I hope you're having fun with this one guy who remains to be anonymous. He didn't want his name to be used, but hope you're giving your girl the good suck or something, I don't know. But basically, this started off in middle school, and I had this one teacher that I really hated, and we're just gonna call her Mrs. Fatass. So Mrs. Fatass would essentially just always be rude to us and stuff. Like, I'd ask a simple question, she'd get really mad and everything. And sometimes she would just literally get me and this other person in trouble for doing absolutely nothing. So this other person and I definitely both hated her, and we hated her with a flaming passion, and just wish that they would get fired. And it just seemed like they would always say, "Oh, I love teaching." You clearly don't love teaching if you're going to be rude to students at almost every time, because if you actually love teaching, you would maybe be nicer to students for once and for all. I don't even know why they said they love teaching when it just seemed as if they hated it. They just were one of the teachers who decided to come in and not even try to make your learning experience fun. They would just be a teacher who, well, there's two types of different teachers. There's one who will be nice to you and they'll try to be cool, make it so that you actually look forward to their class, and there's the other teacher who just clocks in, clocks out, doesn't really enjoy their job, doesn't take it seriously, doesn't have fun with it. They just do it so they can pay the bills and everything. So essentially this teacher was the latter. They were type B, where they just wanted to pay the bills and everything. So pretty much what they did was, I don't even know why this is so weird, every time that I would come into their class, they would always ask what I had for dinner, of all things. It was just so weird. They were like, "What'd you have for dinner tonight?" And I told Mrs. Fatass. I mean, I guess she was just like freaking Tammy from 1,000-Pound Sisters, who has a food addiction.
Don't sit there and play no bull games with me.
Maybe, I don't know. She just must have really enjoyed the food and everything, and she had just always asked, and sometimes I was all, "Oh, I had burgers," and she was like, tasty. It was weird. And other times I would say I had hot wings, and back then I would eat hot wings almost every single night for dinner. I don't really eat them that much anymore, but I still enjoy myself a good hot wing every once in a while. I had hot wings for dinner a couple nights ago, but I just don't buy them every single day as I used to, because they were expensive, I guess, and they only lasted a couple meals. It only comes with 10 in a pack, and if I eat 5 for each meal, then they don't last as long and everything. So, and one night Mrs. Fatass said to me, "Okay, so if you like wings all the time, right, I want to try one of your hot wings." So I was okay then. So then later that night, the person who I was in the class with, let's give him a fake name, let's just call this person Snoop Dogg. Obviously not their real name, but we're gonna go with Snoop Dogg for this. So Snoop Dogg essentially just called me up and said, "Fo shizzle." I'm just kidding. They just called me up and everything, and they said, yeah, I heard into your class and everything, I was there, that Mrs. Fatass wants to try one of your hot wings. And I said, "Yeah, that's correct." And they said, "Okay, so here's what you should do. What you should do is you should bring the sauce, the spiciest sauce that you actually have, and you should put it on Mrs. Fatass's wings, and you should watch her eat it and everything. Just tell her it's really mild or barbecue or some shit, and just she'll end up eating it, and she'll get super spiced up, and it'll be really funny." So that is exactly what I did. I actually mixed 3 different ones. I had a ghost pepper sauce, and I had a scorpion pepper sauce, and I had a Carolina Reaper sauce. When if you combine all of them, that's probably about 3.5 million on the Scoville unit, because ghost pepper is 1 million, Carolina Reaper is 2 million, and then freaking scorpion pepper is 1.5 million. Actually, that's around 4.5 million. That is how much it would be. So yeah, it was 4.5 million, the Scoville unit and everything, and basically I just put all the sauces together, and I put them on the one chicken wing for Mrs. Fatass, And when I brought it, at first she was, oh, I had a big breakfast, I don't really want to eat. And I was, oh, damn, maybe I won't get to see her eat it. But then a little bit later, she put it in her microwave. I was like, you know what, I'm going to eat it anyway. So then Mrs. Fatass took a bite of the wing, and she was just instantly, it just seemed like her soul left her body and stuff. And it was just like, you know how they used to do those things they do in cartoons. I'll see if I can find a clip. Those things they do in cartoons where somebody eats something spicy and then their brain just like explodes or something. Like they turn to a thermometer or some shit, and it says like extremely hot, and they start burping fire. I'll try to find some kind of clip related to it. That's essentially how it was, and she was, I need water, I need water, I need water, and it was just really funny and everything, and yeah, she just was, I told her it wasn't even spicy, and she was like, oh well, I just must not like spicy food or something, but it was super funny, and yeah, pretty much from that day onwards, I was just thinking if she's ever rude to me again, I'll just feed her spicy wings. So yeah, it was pretty funny and everything, and she just ended up, I don't even know why, I hope she got diarrhea. Yeah, but Mrs. Fatass was not a nice teacher, so yeah, that is pretty much the end of my story, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys next time.